Rahul, are you here? You need to accept my request.
Yo,
So I think it was my. Is it your internet? I think it's your internet. It's quite weak. Are
yeah,
you in my?
I have Airtel and Jio
What?
together, so do not compete with me.
No, I also have both.
I have
Anyway,
Flow also with me as a Wi-Fi, so I have three.
okay. I'm sorry. It's not a competition, but anyway, I just want to say good evening to everybody, all the 3 million people who are watching us. Uh, and 3 million is a big number. It's not 3 million. It's just three. But whatever it is, either or, like we're here. Let's just get started. Directly jump into it. As you know that you are a very busy person, and even I am now. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. Today's live session is going to be super, super, super short and to the point, and we're going to discuss. Rahul, if you want, if you don't mind, can you sit a little behind because I want to see the whole of your beautiful face, not just perfect, not just your forehead. That is beautiful. See, that's so much better. So, today's topic is going to be an entrepreneurial approach towards peace building. So, I have my dear friend Rahul. In fact, Rahul's Nadeep and I, let me just give you a gist. We're called the Three Musketeers. We've been friends for roughly around about 20 years now. Yeah, 20 years. We just crossed 20 years this year, and I am very very proud of both of them. They're very close to me, and they're more like brothers rather than friends. Um, and just a quick introduction to Rahul. He is a very self driven and very self motivated person. He works towards entrepreneurship, and he is an entrepreneur, and I think that is his goal. That's why our topic for today is entrepreneurial approach towards peace building, because this guy is full of ideas. And of course, peace building requires monetary support as well. So we need to, how do you say? In order to build peace, we also need to manage the finances. So all our ideas. So in fact, we have many initiatives also that Rahul has started and helped us with, creating that idea. And he is also a part of the economy of Francesco. So very lovely to have you. It's a pleasure having you on board with us today as a guest. I hope you give us some insights on what goes on in that brain of yours. So move towards that monetary aspect of peace building, right? Okay, so Rahul, it is your internet. It's not my internet. Your internet is really bad, Rahul. Okay, guys, this is what we're gonna do. If I am blur, please drop in like a thumbs up or something. And if Rahul is blur, please drop in a smiley, so that at least we get an idea of whose internet is bad.
No, but first of all, it's a blessing, no, and it's a surprise to hear an introduction, especially from your family, and that's you, a part of it, because it's just like a best man speech given for the wedding, though we still have time for it. But
so now you know who's going to be doing that bit.
that's still a choice. But yeah, you never know who can be the one.
Yeah, of course. Time changes everything. Let's not talk about that. But of course, we know the ups and downs that we've had in our relationship as as three friends as well, three brothers rather. So definitely. So quickly, just tell us. Like I was like I'm sure I didn't do justice to the entire introduction, but if you just want to tell us a little bit about yourself. And just say hi to all the increasing number of people who are watching us. Aziz is here, Mena is here, Aziz, the wonderful Aziz. Sadly, like I don't know, I just thought Aziz, I don't know why, but Ivy said that she was not going to be free this evening, so I thought like we'll keep this session very short, and we will get the guest directly and work with that. So yeah, Aziz, wonderful to have you and supporting us through and through. Aziz is the best. Rahul, you also know him very closely.
He's best.
So yeah, Rahul, go ahead and just tell us a little. Daniel, I'm so sorry. Daniel is a new member, Rahul, by the way, of Coffee with Peacemakers. He helps us with our social media. Again, you know Daniel very closely as
Wow,
well.
that's
So,
beautiful work being done within the small community, I would say, rather than just a page. Because what I've been seeing from Coffee with Peacemakers, and especially this idea coming up with beautiful people who have a mindset to build peace, and the tagline itself is Coffee with Peacemakers. So it's definitely an opportunity here, and I don't wanna like say it loud, but you are like you guys have been doing tremendous work, and I'm really proud to have you, like especially you, Lakshman, from India, to be a part of this journey along with Daniel now, who is part of it also, to be you're for the work. But just a little bit about myself. I won't boast myself much, because I think this 25 minutes what we have will be enough for people to know. So I'm an entrepreneur by choice. I believe that a united world is possible, and that's why every work I try to do, I see that if there is unity within, and if we can actually have peace, so that's my motive towards every work I plan to go about. And for me, it's simple, that everything which I feel can be a help or a need for another person, it turns out to be an idea, and then I just see how it becomes a business model, not just in terms of having big monies or making it like a corporate, but to make it so beautiful that people start loving the different aspect of being an entrepreneur. So that's me, Lakshman.
Absolutely. So, like you rightly mentioned, it's not about the big ideas. In some way, okay, yes, definitely the bigger picture is a united world with a lot of peace and all of those aspects to it. But like you rightly mentioned, the beauty lies in the very small, intricate details, right? So that's a great point. And stop faking it. I think the water is over. You don't have to. You don't have to keep sipping like little water. Okay. I hope you don't take it. There are no pee breaks allowed here.
No, it's Tang, because since we love Tang so much, so I thought it's some water.
Yeah. All right. I feel like my complexion is looking so nice today, man. I don't know why. It's the lighting. It's the right lighting.
Behind, it's very beautiful.
Yeah. So anyway, like just to bring out that point, I want to start off straight away with a question. Let's do like a little bit of a rapid fire round. Like you just have to answer whatever first thought in your mind. Yeah. So we're gonna start with this. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Okay. Arranged marriage or love marriage?
Love marriage.
Controversial one. I'm going to talk to your mother now after this. Right? Arranged marriage or love marriage? Aziz, you are ready to. Aziz or Lakshman?
Lakshman.
Aziz, I'm so sorry, bro. Aziz, what he means is that you are in his heart, and just for now, he's saying my name. That's what he means. Right? So black or white?
Black.
Hollywood or Bollywood?
Hollywood.
Unity or peace?
Peace and unity together.
Tough one, huh? Tough one. Even when I was thinking of it, I was like, what's he going to say? Marco or Lovell? No, I'm not going to forget about that question. Because Marco is watching, I think. Snedeep or Lakshman? Oh, now Snedeep, I don't know Snedeep is watching. Snedeep is not watching, it's okay, and tomorrow is a special day, so you can just say my name and then
make it feel special, yeah, it's you know.
Alright, so this is who was your favorite crush? Oh, there are questions coming for you. Aziz, I will ask Aziz's question. Aziz asked you a question. So I just wanted to understand who, like, just to get it off the charts. Like, do you have a crush? I know you have a girlfriend and you've been in. Oh, Bradley says, is it Snehdeep Lakshman or Bradley?
Actually, it's myself.
Okay, Bradley, I'm sorry, bro. This guy is a narcissistic guy. So no, Rahul, I was saying that just to get it off the bat, and like just to get, I know you have a girlfriend for the last 5 years, but do you have like a secret crush that you want to tell us about, like on anybody?
Yeah, I had this crush during the Gen Fest days. Like when we were in 2018, I had this crush on the beautiful girl who apparently I thought of telling, but then she was with somebody. So
Oh my God! During the Gen Fest, and you know what was Natasha? Are you hearing this? I'm joking. I'm joking. So anyways, moving on. That was the fun aspect. Let's get straight into Aziz's question. Aziz asked you, why do you think it's important to love? And I want your answers like to be yours. Like you don't have to answer it intellectually or anything. Like just have an whatever. But the topic is entrepreneurial approach. Like if you think like there is any entrepreneurship approach to that as well, to loving as well. What do you think of it? Like I'm just going to modify that question and ask you like why is it? Why do you think it's important to love everyone? Of course, right? And through the initiatives that you put forth.
see, the question is put on the basis of love. No? So the question doesn't come on why to love. It's about how often I can go beyond to love myself. Because there's this beautiful concept. What I love about love is that it's unstoppable, and it stops for a while, but then it's not a full stop, but it's a, and that's why you can. And what motivates me is because it's a connection between your mind and your heart. So there's like an 8.5-inch gap between your mind and your heart, that connection. So once you have that connection strong, love automatically continues. And that's what motivates me to go forward.
So where did you know of this 8.5-inch? Like, is it precise or is it?
No. I was interviewing this corporate safety head from Tata's for the work
Okay.
call, and he happened to mention that safety begins when your mind and your heart connects, and that's why he mentioned that there's a 8.5-inch gap, and I thought of wow.
Yeah, actually. No, but this is a great aspect. So, guys, whoever is watching, the 6 million people, you can ask questions. You can definitely go ahead and ask questions. I will be asking, questions to Rahul as well. But feel free. There is a question option as well on your screen down below. You can check for it and ask questions definitely. So I just wanted to understand, Rahul, like you're a part of economy of Francesco that we were discussing earlier, EOF. How has that journey been? I believe that has something to do with bringing out the best in the world through entrepreneurship, right? Like through business ideas. So how does that work? Like how has it been for you?
So Economy of Francesco, just to give a small gist, it's basically what attracts me to Economy of Francesco is that it's not an event, but it's a community of entrepreneurs, critics, young generation, and people who are working towards giving us pull to the economy of tomorrow. And that's what gets me back every now and then. So we started this journey last year and happened to have this beautiful group community who have been working together with. And sometimes day seems like night and night seems like day, because the beauty of this Economy of Francesco is that I have to get up, I have to be awake at 4 in the morning to communicate with a person in Peru for whose evening and just got work done. So the beauty of this is that you get to connect, and secondly, it's a platform personally taken care by Pope Francis, and since the Assisi has been guiding and taking care of this project. The beauty lies that we are working for 1 year now on this, and since I've been a part with being a coordinator for a small village. Now this village is basically a small group of people where we identify the challenges what we face and how do we solve it. So it's not just a problem statement community, but it's a community which is already working to make the difference. So this is in short about the journey. And then the event is happening on the 19th, 20th and 21st of this month, for which we are really excited because India is also doing something big for this program.
Great. So, Aziz asked a question again. What are you doing for peace today? Right. So, you want to just take us through a little bit? What is your approach for peace today? Like, what are you doing? So, I'm sure, like, I know that you started an initiative with us, and for example, the Evolve Inspiring Change, which is at a slight halt right now, but it's going to accelerate for sure. Just because of some documentation work, but you wanna share that idea, like on what it was and how we went ahead with that, how we sort of evolved basically.
So then there's this beautiful concept of economy of communion. No? So economy of communion is a very big sector within the movement of the Folklore, where Chiara Lubick, who's the founder of the movement, started this initiative in Brazil for the economy, where the tagline clearly says that no one is left behind. And that's where, so that one line connects me to different aspects, whether it comes to love, it comes to peace, or it comes to giving, that nobody should be left behind. And that's where this motive of economy of communion came in, where we together, some of the youth came in and thought like, hey, listen, I mean, since there's a big tragedy of people losing jobs, and I know it's not a big amount now, but definitely if we can start something new in order to, in the economy and in a small community within, that no one is left behind. So that was the whole motive of starting this beautiful company called Evolve, and which I think I have full support from everybody, and I believe that the company will run in smooth. But some aspects of economy of communion is that the 1/4 of it goes for charity, 1/4 goes for helping the needy, and 1/4 goes back to the company to expand itself in this boundary. So every aspect what you do is that we are inspiring change, and through inspiring change, peace is one aspect and love is another aspect in all the aspects.
Correct. So, I mean, that just says it all, like, what you are doing about peace for today. And it just goes to show that, see, definitely peace is about giving back, right? A lot of it depends on giving back, right? That is your intention, how you give back, right? So, I am also a part of the Evolve project. Rahul brought me in when I got back from Qatar, and I'm very proud to say that it is a very great initiative. It's been there. Sorry?
He's my marketing head, no?
Marketing head. I'm doing absolutely nothing towards it, but yes, that is the marketing head tag right there. But just to say that Evolve is it is a great initiative, because of course it is about uplifting the youth as well, in a way, right? Because we're giving back, so it's also job opportunities, even if it's just minimalistic. I think that's a good approach. That was one good thing that our friend David had started Evolve. When he had started Evolve, that was the idea, and David's idea was somewhere it had halted for a bit because of different commitments, but then Rahul came out and said like, okay, we have to bring this forth again and start afresh. So that's why we started completely afresh and got a new name as well. So just to understand, this is what you do, but same thing from here. I want to lead into the next, molding teenagers in the right direction.
Hi, I'm back.
All right. Great. So I said that, like, what you were talking about was like molding teenagers in the right direction, correct? All right. So just moving on, like I want to know, like, where do we start when we think about an entrepreneurial approach, when we think about entrepreneurship, but linking it to peace building, like how do we start with that idea? Like, when do we say that, okay, this is not a business idea, I mean, it is a business idea, but this is not for profits per se, but this is for the well-being of society. Like, how does that, line form in between?
See, whenever it comes to an entrepreneurship, the first thing we always have a mindset is we need the capital, we need the people. But when it comes to a work where you actually mean that you need to change or to see a change within your own community, that's where you actually revise yourself and put money secondary and put the people first. Because when you put people first, people will automatically come back to you. It's basically a two-way and a reciprocal way of giving and taking it back. Because if you have the community, you have the resources, you have the people within you. But in order to work,
Absolutely.
you need to always have this mindset of convincing people in the way you want to see the world. And definitely to have the approach of how they see it. But then if you have a beautiful idea, a beautiful side of a world where you want to build peace, it's by accepting it within. And there have been a lot of these entrepreneurs, especially the United Nations in 2015 had launched this Entrepreneurs for Peace. Now these are entrepreneurs who are working for peace and having into corporates or towards sustainability development or to having unity within the own community. So things have been happening, but it's not been shown in the limelight.
Okay. So basically, like there are a lot of people working towards this with an entrepreneurial approach already. But it's not, of course, it's not in the limelight now. Of course, whichever company makes the most money is going to be highlighted, because they have the number of shares, they have their brand, and in fact, I believe you agree with me when you say that a lot of companies are also now doing a lot of social activities, right, to uplift communities. There are a lot of social activities like that, and just to get an understanding of the same thing, like when we talk about social activities, like what is the first thing you would suggest? Like, for example, you did this activity during the coronavirus, where in your area where there were so many migrant workers, right, and beautiful experience. You did that. You can share that on your own, when you answer. But what was the thought process that put you in that situation where you didn't think about your safety and you moved on? So was it like a idea of you helping people, first, or was it like an approach that you thought like to lead on to something much bigger later on?
See, when that whole situation was around me and I could be with the people who were in that situation, what made me say that my life is secondary and important is to get these guys done first. And there is no kind of a acceptance that I might, if I'm helping them, I might get recognized or I might get help from here and there or be all over social media. That was never a point, because the work I didn't do it for social media and I didn't promote it at all. But the only point which made me go for it is the tagline of GenFest, go beyond all borders. Means if I experienced it, how am I living it? And this was the opportunity for me to go beyond, because this is extremely a border which we are all facing now. And we think twice even though to go now or without a mask or without sanitizer, etc. But then again, how do you break this barrier in order to build love and spread peace and be an example, especially for the people who can actually do it? That was my whole motive of getting this done, and I saw it happen.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Like I agree, because I was in touch with you during that time, and there was a lot of controversy when it came to actually doing good work and just doing it for the sake of recording. There was a thin line between both, right? However, like I just want to, like I said, I promised you half an hour, and just towards the end, I also want to ask you a question. When it comes to entrepreneurship in general as a term, what would be your advice to people, like who are youngsters who are teenagers right now, or people who are watching us right now, because you know that the pandemic has led to a lot of people losing jobs, or led to a lot of people who are going to get jobs with a scarcity of jobs, right? So, what would be one advice you would give them to, sort of keep that faith, to sort of have this approach towards, peace building?
See, one thing which I will twist it in one of my favorite food items, and that's biryani. It's, so this beautiful example. We always cook in a biryani. There are a lot of spices involved, and there's a lot of time process which is required to prepare a biryani. Rather than if you have very less time, you turn up to make it a khichdi. So khichdi is basically a dal and rice cooked in
Rice.
cooker, and it's made fast in 10 minutes. But a biryani process of 1 hour. So now this biryani is basically an entrepreneur within you. An entrepreneur,
Correct.
mold yourself slowly and steadily in a process. It's a process, it's an ongoing process where it doesn't stop because you've fallen somewhere or you don't understand what you need to do. If you feel the need that there's this thing to be needed to be done, you don't need to be an entrepreneur, just do it. And if you like it, continue to do it. With that whole process, you are molding yourself to see what people need around you, and once that thing happens, there your idea comes to building. Then your secondary thought comes in how you can help people, and then third is how you can have employment, and fourth is how you can have money for yourself and for the company and for the company.
So there you go. That's a step-by-step one-on-one message from Rahul, how to have an entrepreneurial approach, even in peace building. And I think it all revolves around community. It all revolves around giving back to society. And I'm just very happy that of course we are caught up in our work. In fact, even right now, there's a screen behind me that I'm working behind the phone that I'm working with, right? And I'm sure you are as well, Saturday, Sunday, whatever it is. But just to take out that 5 minutes or half an hour or 1 hour of time to really work towards peace, I think it's very, very important. So just wanted to say a huge shout out. I just wanted to give you a huge shout out, and thank you so much for agreeing to come on this platform last minute. What would be one advice you want to give people just in general towards peace building?
Live the present moment. If you live the present moment, you will have peace within you and in your mind. As I said, there's a 8.5 inches gap between your mind and your heart. If that has peace, that's where your action. So it's basically your head, hand, and your mouth. What processes here happens here, and then you speak out here. That's just a simple way of doing it.
Wow, this is going to be a great session to go up. So like I said, thank you everybody for watching. It was a quick one-on-one session today. Next week is going to be, stay tuned for more exciting things on our platform, more exciting sessions, more exciting candid conversations, right? This is Rahul Mishra for you, who, as you can see, is a very handsome man. Unfortunately, he's not single. So thanks a lot for coming on the platform, Rahul, once again.
And yes, in 4.5 hours, we'll see you turning 25. So cheers to that. And guys, don't forget to wish him happy birthday. It's his 25th birthday also.
Oh man, it feels strange getting older and older. Yeah. However, life continues, and we grow 1 year older each year. So thank you so much again for watching. Thank you, Rahul, for coming in. One advice from me, as I always say, most welcome.
Thanks to you, thanks to Aziz, and thanks to the whole team of Coffee and Peacemakers. You guys are doing extremely a good job, and I'm proud to see that.
Thank you.
That people of my age, or not even of my, there's no age, but people are doing something, and that's more important, that we are doing towards what we believe in.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rahul, for all your kind words. And Aziz, I will see you soon. In the next week, we can get back discussion on our groups. This week was a slightly tough week in general. When it came to work, there was a lot of work, and now there's Diwali and all, so you can understand. So I will see all of you next time. Rahul, I'll see you in 2 hours. I'll see you at home. All right. Bye, guys. Lots of love and continue being amazing. Keep shining. Ciao, ciao.
Amazing, amazing.